Welcome to CPAC Now, America Uncanceled. CPAC is on the road. That means Matt Schlapp, he's with all these great Republican candidates in these battleground states. And of course, one of my personal favorites is Kari Lake. I mean, she is dynamic. She is so strong and courageous, taking on the fake media every single day. And let me tell you, that great woman, she's going to win. And she's got a bright future ahead of her in Republican politics at the national level. But let's make sure she becomes governor of Arizona first. And Matt had a chance to be out there with all these great grassroots activists and leaders. And I want to make sure you get to watch this great speech.
How's everyone doing? Come on, don't you feel good? I'm so depressed about what's happening, and now all I do to feel happy is I read about what's going on in Arizona. So I'm here to say thank you for giving America a big boost in the arm. Not that jab one, the other one, the one that makes you feel good. You like that? I have a simple message for you. I was just talking to Ambassador Grinnell backstage. By the way, I don't have a fancy title like that. That's a great title. Can you imagine? Ambassador, director in the cabinet. That's pretty cool, in the Trump cabinet. He was just saying to me, Joe Biden was just in California. Did you know that? I don't think he knew it, but he was in California. And I have a question for all you voters in Arizona. How come he didn't stop here? Did he come here? Why? Maybe because Katie Hobbs would have had to run to the bathroom if she would have to show up with him, right? And answer the question, if he runs again, are you going to support him? Knowing that not even Democrats support him. What about Kamala Harris? Have you seen Kamala Harris out here? She's so articulate. Man, she's got a silver tongue there. She has been. Why do you think she hasn't been out here? Do you think it's because these Democrat candidates don't want to see them? Yes, right. Okay, so we all know what's going on in this country. They're trying to pull a fast one over on you. They're trying to tell you that Republicans are radical and they're sweet and soft and cuddly and in the middle, and that you should trust them to lower energy prices, to fight inflation, and put what they like to call a fence along the border. Folks, their lies have to be exposed. And I always get discouraged when Republicans are a little too concerned about exposing them. And then this woman came along, her name is Kari Lake. Have you heard of her? Wow. Do you know why Kari Lake is not only setting Arizona on fire, but really the whole country and giving us, hope for the future? Yeah, because she stands for what she believes, and she says it plainly. And this is a lesson we all need to learn. Yes, in many ways, she's always the right person to speak up. But you know who else is the right person to speak up? You and you and you. I don't care what church or religious institution you belong to. I don't care what skin color you have. I don't care what hair color I have. It just doesn't matter. What matters is one thing, is to know your pronouns. And they need to be USA. We all have to stand. We all have to stand up and defend America. Yes, we had this pandemic, but that's not the real virus. The real virus is in our body politic. Liz Cheney says our democracy is threatened. Do you know Liz Cheney? I think she was here, actually. Wasn't she here? Did you all come out and see her? She says our democracy is threatened. The problem with our democracy is Liz Cheney. The problem with our democracy is that we stopped loving our country. The problem with our republic is that we didn't teach our kids to cherish. The most wonderful thing in life is to be an American. Can you imagine getting the chance to be in this country? And the socialism and the Marxism and the communism that's being spread in our schools, both public and private, that are ransacking our public institutions, that are polluting the minds of our kids. I have 5 daughters. And the only thing that's good about socialism is we pray more now than we've ever prayed. Because we're scared. I'm a little scared, I have to admit. But something happened. Something happened. I want you all to really think about this in the depths of your heart. After the violence of Black Lives Matter, the attack on cops, 24 dead people, a cop assassinated in St. Louis, untold violence, more damage done in our cities than any natural disaster we ever saw, I really quaked in my heart and thought that America was done. I started thinking that it was time to run to the hills and to figure out how we would survive in this chaotic post-civilization. And then something happened in the state that I'm residing in, the Commonwealth of Virginia. Do you know what happened? Moms got brave, and they defended their children. And they called out the public officials that were covering up the rape and the extremism and the smut in the libraries. And they called it out, and they stopped it. And they created change in a state that was the bluest of blue. So what I tell you all today is, I wouldn't say I'm optimistic, but do you know what I have? I have hope. Do you know who gives you hope? God gives you hope. You have hope because you have faith. And you know what I have faith in? I don't have faith in these corporate CEOs. They suck. I don't have faith in these public school bureaucrats. They've let us down. I don't have faith in all the politicians over the years that made promises they had no intention of keeping, including some in my own party. You know what I have faith in? I have faith in the American people. I have faith in the majority of the American people who know that the country's worth defending. And so the mission of my wife, Mercedes, by the way, she says to say hello. She's sorry she can't be here. But when you have a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old and go all the way up the line, can you imagine the amount of homework? And just so you know, she does it all. I just kind of sit there and root her on. I get her a glass of wine and say, please keep going. I don't really know how to do trigonometry and all that stuff. But the fact is this, we are committed. I know she's committed. CPAC is committed. The thousands and millions of volunteers we work with throughout that organization are committed to one very simple thing. And it's not to spreading conservatism. And it's not to talking about what kind of perfect tax code we should have. It's not about all that esoteric policy stuff. It's simply about this: thanking God for creating America, for giving us freedom, for having a government that was founded with the only government in history that acknowledged that rights are given to people by their creator and not by government. And there's still a majority of us who understand it, but we're a little bit on the run, and we feel like we're going to get silenced, and we feel like we could lose our job if we speak up. And I have so many people that come up to me and whisper in my ear. They say, God bless you. Thanks for standing by President Trump. Thanks for standing up for these values. And it was, for a while, it was kind of cute, all the whispering. Can I just say one thing I've come to realize? Stop whispering. Speak in a normal voice. Yell if you have to. Stomp your feet. Do everything it takes to save this country. And I don't think this is an overstatement. Saving this country starts in Arizona. Can you get it done here? If you get it done here, we have a chance to save the whole country. If you get it done here, we have the chance to secure that border. If you get it done here, the Marxists who now are in allegiance with the Democratic Party will understand that we're not feeling defensive, that we know that we're the majority, that we know we can win these races. And how do I know this? I know this because fake media, fake news, what do they create? Fake polls. And these fake polls are being explained to us. If you ever watch TV, which I strongly encourage you not to do, excuse me to the people back there in the TV business, they just discourage you, and it's on purpose. They want you to think that the big red wave fizzled because the Republican Party is pro-life. They want you to think the big red wave fizzled because Joe Biden called my 82-year-old mother a semi-fascist because she goes to church. They want you to think that the big red wave fizzled because the American people don't believe in the founding of our country and the beauty of our country. Here's the good news. The last 3 cycles, all the polls have been wrong almost consistently all the time. I have a prediction that's not very bold. They're getting it wrong again. So any candidate like Kari Lake, when you see her up in the polls, she might be up a little more. But now I always learn in athletics, we should run like we're behind. And every time you want to see if you're behind, just turn on NBC News or CNN and they'll say we're behind. Don't let it get in your head. Run hard. And what I want to say in conclusion is that how many here are grandparents? How many here are parents? Grandparents, parents. If your kids are if your schools are polluting your kids' mind, get them out. Parents, grandparents, if you have to leave your kids in that school, go fight for those kids and those values. If you need help, I'll give you my cell phone number. I'll stand up there with you, and so will everybody else here. Finally, we take CPAC all over the road. We just did CPAC Israel. Then we did CPAC Australia. We're going to do CPAC Mexico. The one message, if you could hear it from freedom-loving people all over the globe when they come and talk to me, they say if freedom is lost in America, every freedom-loving person on the globe is doomed. They always say, when you get back on that airplane, save America. So I want you to understand, if you can put Abe and Blake Masters and Kari and the rest of these great candidates over the line, if you can save Arizona, which I think you will, that will demonstrate this big red wave. We will put a chokehold on all of these terrible Biden socialist policies. We will stop them in their track. And you will give hope to the freedom movement around the globe. So you have a little bit on your shoulders. There's some expectations. I know you can do it. My 5 kids are rooting on you to do it, okay? And together, we're going to save this country. We're going to send a message that we are still the majority and we cherish this country. God bless you all very much, and thank you for letting me be with you today. Now get it done, okay? Come on.